This week's Monday Morning Sales Minute is brought to you by our sponsor, Siolytics. Stay tuned at the end of this video to see how their training and development simulations can help onboard and develop the skills of your inside sales teams. Hey everyone, it's Bob Perkins coming back to you with the final Monday Morning Sales Minute of the year. We appreciate all of the viewers. Happy holidays. Happy New Year to everyone. I'm here with Carole Mahoney, special guest. Carole, welcome.
Thank you. Hi.
Carole is the founder of Unbound Growth. She's the chief sales coach there. Today, what a great topic you're going to share with the viewers. And it has to do with, the impact that stress can have on sellers, but also on leaders. And we've had a tough year, so there's probably quite a bit of stress in the system. Carole, all yours.
Well, and it's interesting because I actually did a newsletter on this and sent it out. And the replies that I was getting back from sellers and from managers saying, I wish that my leadership understood this. And really what we're talking about is, if you think of stress as the leading cause of one of the leading causes of death in the US between accidents and breathing problems and cancer, but it's also one of the leading causes for poor sales performance.
Yes.
Because when we are stressed out, it causes us to get more emotionally involved in things, which makes it harder for sellers to be actively listening and asking questions. And then because there's so much pressure at the end of year in numbers, the pandemic that's been happening, there's also that pressure from managers, and a lot of time that rolls downhill to their sellers.
Yeah.
And for managers, when they're stressed and getting emotionally involved, it makes it really hard for them to coach, which is exactly what their sellers need in order for them to become unstressed.
Right.
So it's this vicious cycle that happens. And a lot of times it's happening simply because unrealistic expectations, not enough coaching and resources that are happening at the very top levels. A lot of it has to do with the cultures in the companies. It's something that if we don't start addressing this, we're not only going to be losing sales, but we're going to be losing our best salespeople because they're going to burn out.
We see it all the time, especially with this tough year that we're going through. Some revenue expectations haven't been met in certain industries, and it's even more stress in the system. What are some tips? Let's talk to leaders for a minute. Well, you can mention for reps and leaders, but some tips. What can a leader do to make sure they're not adding, but alleviating some of the stress?
If you're a leader, let's say you're a frontline sales manager, and you find yourself either getting happy ears. In other words, you're so excited about these deals that are in the pipeline that you're not skeptical and you're not asking those clarification questions. Is this a real deal? Yeah. So there's that. So developing that sense of almost skepticism of why might this go sideways rather than when is this going to close? Another thing that frontline sales managers can do is to focus on their coaching sessions with their reps and look at how many times am I telling them what to do and how many times am I asking them probing questions for them to understand what to do next.
Yes.
That's really easy way to find out is to record your coaching calls in Chorus or Gong or any one of those technologies and look at how many questions am I actually asking? How much am I spending time talking in this coaching session?
Get to know the person, do deep discovery, let them kind of find their way a bit instead of being so directive and, what have you done for me lately? And you got to get after this. You got to do this. We don't need micromanaging during these stressful times, do we?
Yeah. And I think to your point that the micromanaging part of it, where you would even said it, we're also focused on the end of year numbers. And that's one of the other things that causes us stress is when we're so focused on the outcome, we forget to focus on the small steps, which happen in coaching and role play and practice and call reviews.
Yeah.
Focusing on those small steps and how we're making improvements over time versus when are we going to get this deal closed?
Yeah.
More about how are we going to get it closed?
All right, leaders, there's some ideas from Carole. Carole, we really appreciate it. Any final thoughts before we sign off here?
Final thoughts are the best way for you to manage stress is for you to find time to take those small breaks to make self-care a priority, because it's not something that you're just, you're stressed out this time of year and you need to take extra care. I encourage everyone to make this a part of their daily lifestyle because stress can happen at any time. So it's a constant monitoring to make sure you're managing it.
I love the little breaks, especially in the world of Zoom, the world of video now. We're right here the entire time, even sometimes looking at the camera. It's stress on the body. It's stress on the muscles too. So take those breaks. Good tips. Everyone, thanks so much for watching. Carole, thanks for joining us. Until next week, good selling. And stick around here just for a moment to hear a word from our sponsor. Thanks so much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
One and done sales training doesn't work. It never has, and it never will. That's why we at Psyalytics developed Uptick, the training simulator for salespeople. Uptick offers a comprehensive simulation library that can be customized to the common customer situations your salespeople face. Like playing a challenging video game, your salespeople work their way through these scenarios and receive consistent, expert feedback from Uptick's virtual coach. Every interaction is scored, so you know the strengths and weaknesses of each rep. The system can even be gamified to create some competition and excitement. Uptick is available 24/7, 365, so reps can practice and repeat until mastery is achieved. Best of all, Uptick works. On average, reps improve their overall selling skills by 34% and have shown improvements in their deficient areas by over 200%. Whether you need to onboard new hires, launch a new product, or re-energize experienced reps, Uptick will help. Please visit us at www.psyalytics.com to learn more. That's www.psyalytics.com.